The 2025 SSA Men's 16-inch Major National Championship Tournament. A couple of big dogs about to bump heads. We got Hex versus Chucks from Iowa. Hex is the home team. And very interesting. Last night, Signature came out just on fire. Beat up last year's defending champs, Rismondo. And this morning in their first game, they barely got past money line 4-2. So leading off, Drew Leidig. And Drew takes a pitch a little deep there. And again, open count. I don't know if you guys checked out that game, but Signature looked awfully good last night. And that was, as we talked about on the preview show with Jerry Brown, and that's going to blow foul. That second game is always a little bit of a trap. Big emotional game. A few of the Signature guys were also in the All-Star game. So Moneyline was missing a couple of very talented kids today for that first ball game of the weekend for Moneyline. And so they did struggle a little bit. So reset with Drew in the box. And Drew, a little soft pop-up, long run. Nick Kimmer makes a basket catch. So Nick got there, made the catch, and puts it away for out number one. And that's how this ball game begins. So that's going to bring up Matt Schrage. And just kind of checking something out here so I can get my comments up. And Matt hits a little fly ball down that left field line, but it's going to land harmlessly. So we'll reset with Matt in the box.
Good idea.
And we're good to go, so the chat should work now. Schrage goes the other way, so he's fouled a couple of pitches off both ways. We're underway. Got some administrative stuff taken care of on the stream, and we're all good to roll. So Brian Sloan, the pitcher for Hex, came in, pitched the last 2 innings of the All-Star game last night. Gave up a run in 2 innings. Sealed the deal for the Illinois All-Stars. And I think Chucks is set up to have a good run. Talking to a couple of their coaches, this is the first time that they've really had the bulk of their team, and there's a little flare. And coming in is the center fielder, Donnie Sullivan. Curtis Ostrom was really working trying to get to that. Matt took a real big swing, froze the outfielders, and you can see that flag. That's a big flag to be blown like that. You can't really feel it at ground level here. But that ball was being knocked down, and Donnie Sullivan, sliding underneath, made the catch. And here's the big cat, Mackey. So we're kind of grinding along here. Flashback snuck past the Fat Kids, 4-1, so they haven't gotten their offense on track. And Mackey, little line drive, it falls in front of Bartleman out there in the outfield for the first hit of the ball game. And you can see he had a little top hand on that. And you could see that ball had a little hump, and the wind just knocked it down. So here's Jake Reynolds. 1 out, 2 outs here, just underway. No, unfortunately, that's the extent I can do it. It's the only scoreboard that contains the inning. But trust me, if you put it up on your flat panel, it's plenty big. And Jake Reynolds goes high in the air, but the ball doesn't go anywhere. 1, 2, 3, 4 inning. And here comes Hex. So 2 out hit, but they can't do anything with it. So for those of you new to 16-inch softball, this is a derivation of what we normally do. Here in Chicago, 99% of what we do is without gloves. You heard me right, no gloves. And it's a 16-inch clincher. It is not a mush ball. The only 2 events we run with gloves is our Class A Glove National Championship in Carroll Stream, which was 2 weeks ago, won by the Future team. And this major national championship. And 60-foot bases, you can lead off, but you can't steal. 38 from the rubber to the point of home plate. 6-12 on the arc, open count. We are allowed to use heavier bats, up to 38 ounces, 34 inches long, 2 1/4 on the barrel. It's 300 feet all the way around here. Tall fence as well. And you're up to speed on the rules. Now we are, I should say, playing with gloves, so the pitcher must have 1 foot in contact with the rubber when he releases the pitch. He gets 2 fakes or hesitation. Third arm action must be to deliver the ball home. A throw to a fake to a base is considered one of your fakes or hesitations. And Rob Scahill goes to center, and Levi Usher got turned around a little bit, but reached up with the glove and made the catch. So again, Rob kind of little inside-out action, and I think that ball was trying to slice away from him a little bit. And on the way down, Levi had to make a few adjustments, but he hung in there. So here's Mike Greco, the first baseman. And Greco, a little spinner. Kevin Smith, no chance to get there. And like I said, Chuck's, they've been scoring runs on a lot of teams this year. I know they don't like seeing the Pharaohs. They've had 2 games with the Pharaohs, lost one of them 3-2, and won one of them 3-1. But they got what we call the big boy offense. And Hex picked up a lot of sauce guys in the offseason. And for kids that had not really played true major, they assimilated very well. And there's a little flare the other way, and that's caught by Brady. So 2 up, 2 down for Hex. It brings up Al Rice. And Al, a big, strong kid. Takes that pitch a little deep. And, of course, Drew on the mound, former infielder. We know he catches the ball up the middle very well. And Al Rice hits a knuckleball coming in as Brady Fisher makes the catch. And we've talked about Brady in the past. He's an elite left fielder. And hung right with that line drive knuckleball and made the catch. So the weather perfect out here if you want to come and see softball. A little partly cloudy. Feels like it's in the 70s. It'll cool off later in the day. And they got a magnificent concession area here. A lot of guys watching that Texas Ohio State football game in there. They got a couple of flat panels, overhead fans, a lot of food and drink options. So here comes Kevin Smith, the third baseman. And Kevin has been coming right along. A couple of years ago in the Midsummer Classic, he hit a ball that we're still looking. It was one of the longest home runs I've ever seen hit at Bulger Park. And anybody who's been out there, right along the sidewalk before you get to the street in left field of field 1, they have some very, very tall trees, and he hit it up there about almost 3/4 of the way up those trees. And it was pretty impressive. Again, if you're Brian Sloan, your main objective here in this ball game is you don't want to walk anybody. You want to make sure that everybody's hitting to get on. Let your defense work for you. And there's strike 2. And you can usually gauge the product of a guy who maybe was a 12-inch guy is when they start walking up on the ball. And you saw Kevin there actually took a couple of small steps. When we first saw him, he was just a stand in the box, not move kind of guy. And so it's good to see him start expanding his game a little bit. So here's Levi Usher. And Levi's what you would call a 5-tool guy. And he's lived up to the preseason kind of billing / hype that people had about him. And Levi scalds it the other way. Curtis Ostrom throws the glove away, gets it in quick, but no chance to get Levi Usher as they had to respect his power. And Curtis, who throws right-handed, running toward the gap, threw the glove off, but he had to turn his body. He did get it in quick. So there's a 1-out double, first scoring opportunity of the ball game. And it brings up Mike Heinrichs. And he slaps it the other way, and Greco, little bobble. Sloan got there, but... And again, I think Mikey got out over his skis a little bit. It looked like Kimmer would have been there. And then
One out, Mike. One out.
I think he was trying to snatch and get to first base. So now with 1 out, runners on the corner for Jared Carlson. And to tell you how good Usher is, Carlson has been the center fielder on this team and actually spent some time leading off for him. And now with some of the acquisitions they made, he's down to 8th, but he's a guy that on a lot of teams would be hitting in the top 5. And Jared also covers a lot of ground in the outfield. So if you're Hex here, you're trying to look for some kind of a double play, but Jared runs real well. He'd have to hit it real hard right at somebody. So we got a brief break in the wind here. And Brian Sloan drops it right in. And there's a little roller.
Get there, Mikey.
And they do get the out at first. Run will score. No tag. No tag of the base runner, though. And we had a good view.
No run. No run.
The runner was safe. That was second base umpire, and first base umpire said he missed the tag. I had a pretty good view of it. I don't think Hex's complaint is that he said he was out of the baseline. I did not think he was out of the baseline. I just think the second baseman came a long way, and he did more of the dip the shoulder to avoid the tag kind of a thing. But Nick Kimmer, the second baseman, knows he never tagged him. And Kimmer and the first base coach are just kind of laughing about it. But a run does score, and during the confusion, Heinrichs went all the way to third.
Have a break. I know. I have to grab the ball.
So a run in, 2 outs here.
So there's no baseline. That's what you're saying. It doesn't matter what my fielder does at all. It doesn't matter. Come on. He's inside the base. Come on. That's horrible. They're laughing at you over there.
Hey, make a play here.
Get this out here.
So a little dust up early in the ball game.
Get this out here.
And again, I didn't think he was that far out of the baseline. The rule is basically you got to be able to be in a baseline in the sense that if you laid down, you could reach the bag. And there's a little flare the other way, and Bartleman will put it away for out number 3. So we'll head to the bottom of the second. Again, I think part of the problem there is when the ball was hit, Kimmer thought he was going to have an attempt to tag and then throw. And a lot of times you're better off just throwing the ball to second.
6 feet from no, 6 feet from where he is when I get the ball. That's the rule. Not where he's at. He can go out there. He only's got 6 feet to the bat.
And that's not the rule either. But, and again, teams get so crazy about calls like that. That's a judgment call. The umpire thought he was within what he considered the baseline. And the real rule is you can run anywhere on the field you want unless a fielder is making a play on you. Then you have to be within the baseline. And I didn't think there was anything egregious. And again, it's a judgment call. So leading off, Curtis Ostrom, and he walks the dog into right field. So Curtis, or as I like to call him, the straw, gets a base hit. And it brings up Richie Battistoni. Hex. All of that excitement to get him going, and Richie goes the other way. Carlson an easy grab in right field. As that ball hung up there a little bit. Hit a little too fat. It brings up Nick Casanos. Mark Holstein on deck. So then we are in the bottom of the second. Line drive, and that's going to be a double play. Ostrom running, and we're going to head to the third. In the excitement, I didn't change the inning. So we told you that Drew on the hill, former infielder, we know he can catch the ball, and he did right there. And we head to the top of the third, 1-0 ball game here.
Hey, hold him here.
And again, I think that's the thing that a lot of guys, they get distracted and off task at times. And
Brady, lead us, Brady. Line drive, Brady, line drive.
so we are off to a kind of a fun start here. So it's going to be Brady Fisher, and then the top of the lineup. Chuck's only hitting 10 in this ball game, although they do have far more than that here.
My brother was lucky, so I got a lefty glove.
And we have not seen a lot of runs being scored on this diamond early in the tournament. Flashbacks had 2 games. They've scored, I think, 4 in both of them. Seems like most of the runs are being scored on field 4, which is also the championship diamond. And Fisher, a chopper back to Sloan, and he'll make the play easily at first. And it brings up Drew.
Start us, Drew.
Hey, top.
And Drew, a little punch to center. That'll drop in front of Sullivan. And he'll just jog it in and prevent anything else from happening. So Drew can cut and push. He also can hit the ball hard toward a gap. Very good offensive player, and it brings up Matt Troggy.
Good.
Right here.
Just a couple of years ago, Matt Troggy pulled a hamstring in the first game at the North-South. And there's a high fly ball. Ostrom is there. Little belly catch, strong throw in, no advance. And it brings up Matt Mackey, singled his first time up.
They're playing way deep.
And
Way back.
Drew getting a huge lead off as Matt Mackey got a lot of pop. They're very deep on the right side here.
Okay, you're good.
And Mackey can throw it the other way too.
Moving.
There he tries to go deep. Bartleman going back makes the catch for the third out. So Brandon Bartleman, covering a lot of ground, got back in plenty of time.
Oh, Margie.
Again, that ball is going to be tough to drive, I think, in right field today. So we head to the bottom of the third, still 1-0. Let's pay some bills. You see that nice logo in the upper left-hand corner, Sweet Buzz by Dresco Farms. They sell infused products. If you're an adult, check them out. You can catch Nick Drabel this weekend, number 77 from Moneyline. He's part owner, big supporter of the SSA. And he'll give you all the information. Please use them responsibly. So here's Mark Holstein. Back in the day with the 45s, Mark was one of the most feared power hitters in the game. A little older now. And Mark into a lot of training and powerlifting, so he's lost some of his hip action. And now he tends to work the other side of the field and hit more humpbacks. And Mark played a lot of 12-inch back in the day as well. And there's strike two. And Drew trying to change the pace there, tried to come a little hot. And that pitch is short. And that's a line drive off of the glove, and Mark Holstein infield single. As Drew got some leather on it, he was trying to shoot the box there.
Save it for later?
So they're discussing whether they want a pinch run. Well, Left-Town's got
Way over there.
a guy I really like, and Dan Webb on the hill. And I think Webb does a real good job. Texas got a guy down the sideline. They wanted to pinch run, and I don't know if he had to go back to his car. And somebody playing the national anthem. I think that's coming from the football stadium. And we're temporarily stopped as everybody is honoring the national anthem here, even though it's not on our field. And they're probably wondering why it's being played, but the speakers from the stadium very loud.
Turn around, buddy. Yeah, we're all looking at you.
So nice rendition. The guys are all clapping. Thought that was a nice team. Both teams recognizing it. And they stopped the game. So they got a pinch runner, Kyle Schluter, running for Mark Holstein. So you can see that they feel like there may not be a lot of runs scoring. So Nick Kimmer in the box now. Catches a strike there, 2-2. And Kimmer hard up the middle. Heinrichs will make the play to first. And that's the first out of the inning. So Heinrichs made a nice play, but no chance for Schrage to follow up. He had to turn around and do something crazy, so he just took the out. And that brings up Brian Sloan, a chance to help his own cause here. And we're getting the starting football lineup from the game. Again, high school football, like a lot of states out here in Illinois, is big. And there's a ground ball, and that's handled easily by Drew Schulte.
That's why you're there, kid.
So brings up Donnie Sullivan, Brandon Bartleman on deck. Heck's looking for a 2-out hit here to try to tie this ball game up. Donnie Sullivan, a roller to third, a little bobble by Smith. Plenty of arm though, and he gets a hustling Donnie Sullivan down the line for out number 3. So we'll head to the fourth. Still 1-0. You see, that's a nice play by Kevin Smith. Just nipped the very speedy base runner. And we head to the fourth, still 1-0 in a very snappy ball game. The 2 delays were the questioning of the call in the national anthem. Other than that, it's been a 5-minute game. So it's going to be Jake Reynolds, Kevin Smith, and Levi Usher. 4, 5, 6 for Chucks, and you got to feel. Well, that's a judgment call. I don't know if it's 6 feet. And again, that's just like I said. That's wasted energy. That play happened 2 innings ago, and that play is not the reason, as a ball club, that they haven't scored yet. So you got to get back on task and just let it go. So here's Jake Reynolds in the box. And Jake, hard up the middle, gets it past a half-diving Brian Sloan for a leadoff single. And they're going to put in a pinch runner here. Coach, what's his name? Steve? Yep. Okay. So there's a swing and a fly ball. Bartleman with the catch. He'll get it in. Steve Carnicle ends up at second. So sacrifice fly there. It's this guy, right? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So Steve gets the second.
Steve won.
And it brings out Levi Usher. Now Levi's very quick. I think as an infield, you got to know what you're doing with the ball here. He's also left-handed. So I think if you hesitate or worry about the runner a little too much, Usher's going to beat out a ground ball. So you just got to catch it and throw it. And then if you're Mike Krekel, the first baseman, you can't wait. You got to tell Richie Battistoni, out or safe, I'm coming home, to make sure the even if it's a bang-bang, you still can't worry about trying to argue with an umpire. You just got to make sure you don't let the runner score from second. And again, Hex is wasting a lot of emotional energy on things that don't advance the project. And Usher goes high and deep. Bartleman is there. We'll see if they try the double tag. Throw comes in to Casanos, and he'll just run it in. So Usher tried the airmail one. It died up there. Bartleman, good strong throw to the cutoff man. And now it's up to Mikey Heinrichs.
Get hot, Mike.
And for my money, Heinrichs might be the best hitter on this Chuck's team. He's difficult to defend because he can cut it, he can push it, he can push it into center. He's got a lot of balls in his repertoire. And there he tries to beat it up the middle. Casano sits on it. And they get out of the inning. We had halfway through, still 1-0. Chucks.
Hey, let's go! Let's go! Let's go right now!
It's going to be Brandon Bartleman. Looks like Sean Burke has grabbed the bat and he'll swing for Bartleman. Again, Hex has not even cycled through the lineup once yet. So it'll be Sean Burke, Rob Scahill, and Mike Greco. So Sean Burke, Sean, a member of Circus. Circus didn't attend the tournament. He was one of their drops. And you're allowed to pick up one major player, and Hex grabbed him. And I'm pretty sure if he gets on base, they'll re-enter Bartleman, who's quick, to run. Sean Burke been around a long time. And he just punches it toward the gap, but there's Usher. My bad, it was more center than gap. And you can tell, I think he was trying to go left center field. Hit a little bit too much toward center, but again, the ball hung up there a little bit. And you're not going to see a lot of those balls drop in front of Usher. Here's Scahill, goes opposite field. Fisher backs up and makes a basket catch. Brings up Greco. Hex has just been very quiet. Usually this time of the year in this tournament, we see guys really attacking the softball. And right now, it seems like they're pushing a lot of balls. They're not really firing through a lot of their swings. And Greco base hit to center field. Usher flying in. I don't know, that ball came out of his hand weird, but so 2-out base runner for Al Rice.
Hey, Alice, wait. You're good. You're good. You're good.
I got to keep that in the back of my mind. That might be a good way to stop future arguments. Just throw the national anthem onto a loudspeaker and force games to stop. Stop the argument instantly. And Al Rice is capable of hitting something in the gap. And with 2 outs, Greco will be flying on the contact. As the wind now starts to pick up. It has not really been a consistent win, but it does kind of show up once in a while. And that pitch way high and deep, and now the wind really kind of pushing in here.
You're good. You're good.
And Al Rice smokes it toward the alley. We're all tied at 1. As Al Rice muscled it into the gap. So we told you he was capable. Had a couple of strikes and just hammers this pitch. Greco with 2 outs, no doubt going to score, and we're all tied at 1 here. And now you got another runner in scoring position for Curtis Ostrom. And Curtis down the line, but foul. And Al Rice was about 6 feet from third. He'd have scored easily. And that's how fast the game can change. Hex was very quiet, but Greco line drive, Rice line drive, and Ostrom fouled by about 8 feet down that line drive. Curtis very quick as well. Can't play him too deep. He drops a strike in there. That was a little funky release there by Drew. He did the second fake, and then instead of throwing the lag, he rotated his wrist and kind of flicked it up there.
Back. Come on, Curtis. Going back, kid.
Curtis is still the leader, home run leader in the Chicago Summer Series. And that's going to be an out. Usher comes in, puts it away. But Hex ties the game at 1 as we head to the 5th. So Curtis had the pitch he wanted, but he hammered it foul. And it is going to be Jared Carlson, Drew Schulte, and Brady Fisher, and we'll see if they maybe bring out a pinch hitter. They do have a tendency to hit for Fisher on occasion.
Come on, Jared.
So we'll see what the situation is, and they do have somebody swinging a bat over there. So here's Jared Carlson. Been a pretty good game. Both teams have been very solid defensively. Catches a strike there. The winners here, I believe, will play at 4:15. And there's a little knuckleball, but see Donnie Sullivan fighting it all the way. That ball literally had no rotation on it when he hit it. And Donnie's telling Nick Kimmer and Nick Casanos that ball was dancing. He would put up the bare hand and gave that motion like the ball was going sideways. So we got a pinch hitter for Schulte. Al Simpson. So Al Simpson taking a swing here for Drew Schulte. For Kyle Simpson, I'm sorry. And he goes, Bartleman, who re-entered the game, makes the catch for out number 2. And they will allow Brady to hit. And with 2 outs and nobody on, you don't want to use a move on a guy who's defensively in the team picture for best defensive left fielders. And the key thing here with Brady is you watch his hands. If he loads them, he usually puts a good swing on it. When he starts from a stationary position, tends to push the ball a little bit. And there he, Scahill! Rob Scahill, a tall kid, highway robbery, took 2 steps, extended at the top of his jump, and robs Fisher of a hit. It don't get better than that, folks. Rob Scahill, 2 steps to his right, fully extended on the jump, caught it, hit the ground, and held on. Brady Fisher robbed in Joliet. We head to the bottom of the 5th. That's what gloves will do, folks. Great ball, better defensive play. And Fisher with a loud out. We'll see if Hex gets a little juice here in the bottom half. And it's going to be 5, 6, 7. Richie Battistoni, Nick Casanos, and Mark Holsting. Scahill is a tall kid, long arms, but that was a spectacular play. Battistoni, a little soft pop. Fisher's there, puts it away for out number 1.
Got 2 for me. 1 3. Hot here behind you.
Here comes Casanos. Again, this is turning into a war of attrition. And we always talk about how in these close games your defense takes on a greater magnitude, and Fisher returns the favor with a diving catch as he was getting near the foul line. Brady Fisher robs Casanos. You can see Fisher laid out and made the diving catch. So both teams thrown a little leather here at the 2025 SSA Men's 16-inch Major National Championship Tournament. The only place you can see it is through SSA broadcast. And Holstein, hard line drive, base hit, his second hit. Now they already ran for him. If they run again, he's out of the ball game. So there's 2 outs. Mark will get a good secondary. And you got Nick Kimmer up with Brian Sloan on deck. Now, if he had gotten the second somehow there, you might have rethought that. But he's 2 for 2 in the ball game. And Nick Kimmer does have a lot of room down that right field line, but he tries to go the other way. Smith can't get there. And again, you got Drew Schulte playing deep and up the middle. And Jared Carlson has shortened up a little bit, but we'll see where Nick wants to go here. And that might have been the pitch to do it. It was outside. And there he tries to do it, but last minute, he pulled the hands through, didn't really commit. And he flies out to Carlson. We head to the 6th, 1-run ball game. Both teams flashing some leather in this one. As Kimmer flies out. So it's going to be the top of the lineup for Chucks. Drew Leidig, Matt Traggy, and the big cat, Matt Mackey. So big inning here for Hex. Both pitchers doing a terrific job.
Tap, tap, tap.
Maybe between half innings, I'll see if I can't sneak a peek at that scoreboard. And there's a little pop. Scahill, a little easier play than the one that ended the fifth. Drew trying to cut the ball, just popped it up in the air. He brings up Shraggy. So they're deep across the outfield. And Shraggy drills it down the line. Ostrom gets to it. Good strong throw, but no chance. So 1 out double for Matt Shraggy. And we'll see if they walk the big cat, but you got Jake Reynolds on deck. Now Jake is more of a double play candidate if he lays it on the carpet, but you got two guys coming up here back to back, and Mackey and Reynolds, who are both capable of really launching something and allowing for a double tag. And I think if you're the Hex outfield here, you must get it in quick, strong, and accurately to a cutoff guy. And we'll see if the third base coach is aggressive with Shraggy should that happen. Mackey almost looked like he was going to throw it the other way. And I think the strategy here is to keep the ball very high and deeper on Mackey. And this has all the earmarks of the intentional, unintentional walk. And that ball is a strike, so 31.
Back.
And so the short center ran over there on the first fake. He didn't, he wasn't even there, and Sloan tried it anyway. So reset on Mackey, a little flat, and Mackey just dumps a single. Shraggy's going to score. And they did see the dead ball. You see the umpire. They're going to give him second base. He collided with Greco. Umpire saw it, put the hand out, and put him on second base. He felt he would have made it anyway. Umpire checks with the big cat to make sure he's okay. And Greco telling him, my bad. So it's a 2-1 ball game.
Come on, Jake. Come on, Jake.
Chuck's pushed ahead. And it brings up Reynolds with another runner in scoring position. That's why the first three pitches to Mackey weren't even close. And that ball flattens out, a little fly ball. Sullivan coming in, there's no real tag here. And that's why if your thought process was don't give Mackey anything good to hit, and the pitcher says, yeah, I can do it, I would just rather walk the guy and not rely on the pitcher, maybe not to, to throw a pitch that maybe isn't quite where he wants it. Here's Kevin Smith. And that's a big runner at second base. And Smith goes high, Bartleman there, squeezes it, but Chucks does push one across, and we head to the bottom of the sixth, 2-1, Chuck's back in front. So it should be Brian Sloan, Donnie Sullivan, and Brandon Bartleman. Now they already hit for Bartleman with Burke. A lot of times since Mikey Oliver got hurt, they're a little shy of outfielders. And a lot of times they end up putting Al Rice out there, and Sean Burke has grabbed the bat. I don't know if they picked up anybody to be a backup outfielder. I don't see anybody. So Al Rice may have to go to the outfield. So here's Brian Sloan. There have not been a lot of scoring opportunities in this ball game. Of course, Mikey Oliver tore that meniscus, had to have surgery, but we hear he's doing well and he should be back next year. Did the same thing to the other knee. And there's strike two, so full count now. Brian Sloan trying to coax a walk here. And there he kind of hesitated, a little roller, Schulte, and the big cat picks it right off the carpet. So Drew threw a little ball. It acted a little bit like a screwball sinker, but the big cat with a big glove made the play. So here's Donnie Sullivan. And Sullivan right to Heinrichs for out number 2. So they're going to go ahead and hit Sean Burke, trying to get Scahill up there. Now Sean Burke will have to run because Bartleman is out of the game now, and he's been covering a lot of ground in right field. And Sean Burke, a little roller, in comes Schulte, and they get him at first. So we're going to head to the 7th, one-run ball game. I don't know if I necessarily agree with that move, especially because if Sean Burke gets on, he's going to have to run, and you know, it would have taken maybe 2 hits to score him. And so I would have preferred, because either way, you'd have been at the top of your lineup in the 7th inning. So I'm trying to figure out here who's going to go to right field. Looks like they put Nick Kimmer in right, and Rory Oakree's come into second. So I thought they might put Al Rice out there. They went with Nick Kimmer, who's a little bit quicker than Al. Al's played a lot of right field for them when they're short-handed, but they put Kimmer out there. And you got a new right fielder, and you got Levi Usher up, a left-handed hitter who can pull the ball hard. So we'll see how this works out. And Levi almost looked like he wanted to test Kimmer right away. And he was trying to pull, but right to Oakley. So might have been a little impatient there, but he was going to try to test Kimmer. And here's Mikey Heinrichs.
Straight up, straight up.
So if you're a Hex fan, the bad news is you're down a run. The good news is you got the top of your lineup in the 7th. Heinrichs up the middle, but Rory Oakley fresh into the ball game. 2 ground balls, 2 outs. And Rory's got a decent arm, but he kind of labored a little bit there, it looked like. I don't know if he necessarily thought he'd be coming into the game, so I hope he threw. Here's Jarrett Carlson. So Hex here, now away from keeping this at 1. And there's a ground ball, this time to Casanos. So do or die 7th coming up for the Hex Ball Club. They trailed by a run. And to be honest with you, there has not been a lot of offense.
Hey, everybody hits. Let's go.
So top of the order. Hex needs a run to keep the game going. 2 walks them off, and they win. Anything less, and Chucks will advance. So for 2 teams that generally can score runs, this is kind of a surprising score. Both pitchers spinning gems. So Rob Scale, Mike Greco, and Al Rice. Anybody gets on the straw. Curtis Ostrom. So here's Scale, spectacular play to end the 5th, I believe it was. And that's, if you're Drew now, it's imperative you make guys hit to get on. Scahill goes the opposite way, but Fisher is there for out number 1. So again, he got kind of a flatter outside pitch. He didn't sit through the swing. On contact, he started standing up. Back shoulder went down a little bit. He just hit it up in the air. So here's Greco. Again, they need a base runner. And Greco, another base hit. Throws it toward the gap. Fisher in a hurry. Keeps him to a single. So Greco been swinging it good today. His second hit of the ball game. And Al Rice, who tied the game with a bullet in the left center his last time. And if you're Al, you don't need to do much more than you did the last time. Just hit a line drive somewhere. Curtis Ostrom on deck here's got a little tension brewing. Now Rice a little chopper. Heinrichs.
Good hustle.
Safe. And they're going to look. Greco didn't slide. He went in standing up. And Chucks is claiming that they think it's interference. And we'll see what the umpires decide here. So they're going to... So they called it a double play. They felt like he didn't slide. He banged right into the fielder, making the turn. So the game ends on a double play. A couple of crazy plays, 2-1. And Mike Greco kind of, when he came over here, he did kind of shrug a little bit. Kind of like, you know, kind of saying he was going to be out anyway, so tried to get away with something. Our rule is you got to avoid contact. And he went in standing up and just kind of bumped him chest to chest. So 2-1, Chuck survives.